thanks for stopping by my channel. While you're here, if you like the content, before you go, maybe consider hitting that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Alright. One of the side dishes that is kind of a filler dish that we go through quite a bit. It's one of those, what am I going to do for making soup or for making pasta if I've got something nice on the barbecue or I know I've got people coming over. It's garlic bread. And the thing is, to get all that really yummy garlic bread from the grocery store, it's really processed. And because it's really processed, I really hate buying it. I know it's super easy, it's super convenient because you can pull it from the freezer and in the oven you go for all you #struggling families, not even just moms, families. I got you. I get it. I feel your pain. I live it. I breathe it. Let's fix it, shall we? So we're going to make our own garlic bread today. And I'm going to show you a super simple recipe. Now, I'm going to be using margarine, but if you want to be using butter instead, cool beans, go ahead and use butter. I'm also using a mortar and pestle. I am going to use some elbow grease as well. If you don't want to do that and you want to put it in your food processor, blessed, go ahead. I really like doing my garlic bread like this. Pause. I just gotta yell at my doggy. So your ingredients. We are doing 2 loaves of bread, and I am going to slice each loaf of bread in half. So I will have 2 meals. So 1/2 per meal. It is totally enough, especially if it's a side dish. So we're going to make enough to do 4 servings, and each serving is half a loaf, okay? It is incredibly cost effective, so much better for you. You know it's going in, and you're going to freeze it anyways. I'm going to freeze it, you're going to freeze it, we're all going to freeze it. That's probably not how the song goes, but that's okay. We're also going to be using a whole head of garlic, and we're just going to do a rough chop because it's either going in your mortar and pestle or your food processor, or blessed if you've got enough hand strength, you can do it with your hands, but this girl does not, and I've got a ton of cooking today. So we're just going to chop this up and get it all in. Alright, so we've got it all chopped up in our mortar and pestle. We are going to start to pulverize it, but before we do that, we're just going to add a tiny bit of salt. And that's just going to help to break down the fibers of the garlic. And we're just going to start to squeeze. Now, you can leave this chunky if you want, but because we're going to be spreading it on garlic bread, I always find that getting it into a really fine paste seems to work best. So I'm going to go ahead and use my elbow grease and get going. This will probably take me about 2 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get this into a fine paste. We'll see you in a sec. Alright guys, after a few minutes and a ton of elbow grease, this is my garlic paste. So to this, I'm going to go ahead and add in a cup of margarine, and again, it's a preference thing. If you want a substitute or butter, feel free to go ahead and use that. This is just easier for me, and since I've had a gastric bypass, butter does not agree. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix this. And I find that with margarine, it's easier to mix. And if you're going to do this with butter, please have room temperature butter, or else I guess the other thing is put it in your stand mixer. But garlic bread is just one of those things that I like to do just by hand. Hey guys, on a side note, I'm trying to get to, well, the goal is however many subscribers I can, but once I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do a contest, a draw, and I'm going to send one lucky subscriber one of my favorite kitchen gadgets, brand new, complete cost to me, a gadget that I absolutely cannot live without in this kitchen. So go ahead, like, share, subscribe, please guys. If there's a video that you want to see or something you want to learn how to make, or you're curious about something, leave it in the comment section. Let me know. So to this, we're going to add salt and pepper to taste. So because I added salt during the point where I was trying to break down all the fibers, I'm not going to add a ton of salt, but you know me guys and my black pepper. What? Okay, so it's really just to your preference and your taste, and even though it's frozen before you put it in the oven, you can always sprinkle more on, okay? Like, don't worry. I'm not going to give this a taste. It's not even 10 after 9 in the morning here, and although I've been up for 4 hours at this point, that's a whole lot of garlic, man. Gross. No. Alright. So let's take a look. There is our garlic paste. Let's go ahead and get our bread ready. Okay, so make sure you have a really nice serrated bread knife. I mean, if you don't and you have just a regular old steak knife, cool beans, go ahead. Just make sure you don't cut your hand. So we're going to try and get this as evenly in the middle as possible. Okay, I always start from one end. You don't have to go in all the way, okay? And it's motion of the ocean. Put your fingers out of the way, let your wrist do most of the moving. Voila. Alright. Pretty even, Steven? Okay. So you want to cover all of it. And my first coat is pretty basic. I just make sure that I cover all of it. If I have leftover garlic paste at the end, I will go over some spots that I think, yeah, I could probably use some more garlic. Now, I did leave a little bit of chunks in my garlic. I'll show you when I'm done spreading this one. But don't forget, this is going to bake, right? We're not eating raw garlic here. So that's going to bake right into the bread. It's going to be lovely. Now, prior to me cooking this in the oven, I will determine if I want to put cheese on it or not. Just like you when you buy it at the grocery store, except this one doesn't have 900 ingredients. It's bread, your margarine or butter, salt, pepper, and garlic. And you can control what it is that you use, okay? So yeah, I get it. Margarine has a few ingredients. It's man-made. It's processed. However, if you want to use butter, if you want to use olive oil, your decision, okay? Boom. So you can see the little tiny pieces of garlic, the salt, and the pepper. So then what I essentially do is, because we're going in the freezer with this, save the bag that it came in, okay? Because ultimately it's going to go back to that bag. Gonna get a really nice, that's a knife. Gonna get a really nice piece of saran wrap. Okay guys, and this is one of those very simple things where I ask the kids, you know, like, we need a starch, what do you guys want? And a lot of the times, I'm not gonna lie, it's garlic bread, so if that's what the kids want, you just take it out of the freezer. Like, this is a side dish, guys, that you don't even have to stress about. It took me a total of 5 minutes to do 4 side dishes. And if you have a hella large family, then just, you know, boom. So let's break it down, shall we? Alright. I went to my local Loblaws, and one of these loaves of bread was $1. I buy them, they're really nice, they bake really well, they have a really nice chew and taste. That was $1. The amount of margarine I used was probably 75 cents at the absolute most. My thing of garlic was probably about 50 cents. So what are we at? 2 1/4? $2? So $1 per side. Not bad for a side dish that you know you're making that is still from your freezer section, but it's home food. As always, guys, if you like my content, please share. Oh, and this is what we do. We put it back in the bag in which it came. And then we seal that up nice and airtight, and we throw that in the freezer. We just stack them on top. As always, guys, if you like the content that I'm putting out, share, like, subscribe. And from my kitchen to yours, enjoy, guys.